Hello and welcome to episode 6 of me playing poker. I am LG and yeah, let's just get started. As usually, we're playing 25-50 cents. I've not yet decided to when to change it up. I like the limit right now because it's a very slim chance I can go broke with this. With having 400 behind for this. Yeah, I've talked about a lot of stuff around the poker table. I think in this session I will just commentate on my playing style and really show you how to be aggressive at the right spots. So, yeah. Like, this is not a good spot to be aggressive with the 9-3 offsuit. Even though I have the button, I just joined the table and I don't think this would be a good idea to raise every button right now. Can fold this. There's one short stack and one very deep stack, and those two have the same one as I am, and they've joined another short stack. So we have two short stacks, two guys that have the same amount of money that I have, and one big stack. This is important to notice at any table you're playing in tournaments or cash game. You always need to know what stacks your opponents have. It really changes a lot of your decisions drastically. So you really want to know who you're playing against and what they have in front of them. And this is where online poker is very easier than playing in a casino, because you see exactly what kind of money he has. Just gonna call this, hit my ace. Don't want to bet right into him. Let's check this. He's betting 250. That's a good question. It's 50-50 raising or just calling. Of course I won't fold. Let's just call this. It's not a good card for me. I think he will continue. Yeah, he does that. I pretty much have to call here. Another bad card rolling off on the river. And now he's probably gonna bluff or value bet his 2-pair or straight. And he's checking ace-10. He checked ace-10. I was lucky with the turn and river card there. Unlucky with the flop, of course, but yeah. Was stupid to call, just call pre-flop. Should have raised or folded. I don't like to call with a small ace and then you never know where you're at, and it's always getting expensive if you hit your ace, and the other guy does too. 9 high, can re-raise there. Would be a good spot to be aggressive there, to raise it to 5, but I have no position if both call. I have 9 high, and it's very unlikely that both of them are folding. I could have made it to 750 or something, then it would be more likely to get 2 folds. But the risk of someone raising or calling is too high, I think. If I had like the Jack-10 suited, would be okay, I think. But then at least I can flop something to continue with. With 9 high, it's very unlikely, with the 9-4 especially. There's some raising. Just something to drink. Can raise the 8-5 on the button. Just see what happens. Everyone folds. Oh, it's an easy raise for me. took it down. Ace-5 suited. It's a nice hand. Not premium, but still very playable. Especially in position. That's the only guy I'm afraid of right now. Because if he raises, I have to fold, and if he calls, he has position on me. There's a re-raise from this guy. Short stacked as he is, I don't think this pays off. Let's just fold it. I think he's playing short stack strategy. That is pretty much raising anything higher than ace-10. Or ace-10 even. And then get it all in on the flop. Yeah, getting re-raised now very often. Still can't play against short stacks, and that's where the short stack strategy pays off, because you get less calls. And yeah, if you get called, you're just losing 20 when continuing to bluff, and you can't make your hand to the river. This is quite nice, but you have to be aware of calling stations tend to call you more often when you're just short stacked, because I think they can just lose 20, and you can lose a lot of buy-ins quickly if you just keep bluffing and never have a hand. Let's try to get him off his whatever 10s, 9s, 8s. Heavy call with, I don't know. I think raising under the gun, and if you get a call from the small blind or button, you can almost always continuation bet, because they tend to fold very often. If they don't hit their hand, at least. So I actually won a lot more money in the last episode than I thought. I did think I rebought way more often. But it was a nice win of 170 bucks. Which was pretty good for 1 hour of 25.50, as I told before, because I had that amount of winnings before. Can easily fold the Jack-3 here. There's a re-raise. So you could be aggressive right now and raise back with the Jack-3 out of the small blind, but I think I am way too short on this table. Speaking of the amount of time, I'm here like 8 minutes now, and that's not a good idea to make it look like you have a big hand after 8 minutes. Add another re-raise. I think it's the last time I'm going to give him credit for a hand. I think the next time I have to stand against him, and I probably need better hands to raise, because there is a lot of re-raising going on. It's like I've been re-raised 80% of my raises right now, so I will play a little bit tighter right now, and then probably re-raise their re-raises. Because it doesn't make sense for me to raise and then fold all the time. It's too bad those two short stacks have position on me, because they can easily use it against me. And I don't know if they want to raise me before I'm putting in the money. That's pretty bad. So I really have to play tighter right now. As you can see, he raises with mediocre hands as well, folding to a re-raise. I want to win against these guys. They have way more money, and I got position on them. So if they raise, I think it will pay off if I re-raise them from time to time and then try to bluff them out or play a huge pot with a big hand. I don't think I will win much from these guys. It's just about not losing too much. Now he's raising 175. Ace-8, not so brilliant in this spot, out of position. 9-10 suited. I think I have to limp against him. There's a raise already. Let's just see if we can get to a flop there. He's thinking, yeah, he's re-raising again. I think I'm gonna try this now to re-raise. I think, I mean, I have 9-10 suited. If he wants to call, I always flop something at least. Yeah, he's stealing a lot. I thought that. Saw him re-raise twice now in position in 10 minutes. That's quite a lot. So I can capitalize on that and just try to take his money away. He's thinking about re-raising again. Yeah, he is. Okay, not gonna do that twice in a row, of course. Not with a 9-6 high. Let's just see what happens here. He's raising and folding a lot too. Can I play this? This is way different table than the last time. This is way more aggressive and way more re-raises. And here you can win way more money than on the last table, but it's more dangerous as well. Because you will have to put it in with 9s or 10s against these guys that raise a lot, especially against the short stacks, of course, and then you can be crushed if you get unlucky. But I don't care about playing against loose or tight players. It's just a change of style you have to take. And I mean, you have to play tighter on loose tables and looser on tight tables, as pretty much everyone knows. So it's just playing a little bit tighter and not going crazy so easily. Now we have ace queen. I will easily put it in against them. I'm not so psyched about putting it in against their big stacks. I won't probably do so, but I will definitely re-raise him to 550 because he raised more than 1.5 with just 3 times. So I want to make it 3 times of his bet, and he's folding, which is okay with me. I will definitely call one raise. Yeah, I like the 9-10, 8-9, Jack-10, and I don't like these kind of flops. Out of position, just give it up. I could re-raise and try to take it away from him if he had like Queen Jack or something. But I mean, you can't do that all the time. You have to fold some hands to make it believable at least. I think if I'm gonna raise this, they will re-raise. One of them will re-raise. But as he raised and I called, let's just see what happens. Please have a gut shot. It's also to the nuts if I make it, so I have to call one bet. Now they roll the jack off. It's also flush draw now, and he's betting again. Yeah, I think he has it this time. I really do think he either hit his jack or had an overpair. I'm not sure, of course, it's just guessing, but I could have re-raised there and hoped that he folded, or maybe I hit my 6. But yeah, I was pretty certain that he had a hand this time, betting the jack on the turn with almost a pot size bet. And there's an all in. I think he's gonna fold this. I already thought this king 10 was good. And we raised the button there, and now our use sevens. And king 10 would have been good. Crazy stuff going on with the king 9. So he's pushing all in with the king 9 suited. Push all in button versus small blind re-raise with king 9 suited. Short stacked 40 EV. That's pretty bad, I think. Min raise on the gun, or almost min raise, very small raise. Screams like nothing or a big hand. So I will have to re-raise with tens. And just to know where I am, and now he's not short stack anymore, so just calling would be pretty stupid. He called putting him on ace queen or ace king, probably. I'll have to jack, third club rolls off. He's betting 7. Screams like call me please. Let's just call once. There's a 5. Probably gonna push all in now. 1540. It really feels like I'm beat here. I raised and bet the flop and he called. Probably has ace jack or something better. Let's just fold this. I wasn't very lucky with the tens, I think. I don't think he could have bluffed there a lot of the times. It was like 20% bluff and rest was the value bet. Should have folded the turn and saved the $7 there. I mean, he could have been bluffing with the ace king with the ace of clubs, of course. Or the ace queen. That's one hand that would have been possible. Not gonna fold to 225 re-raise. I have position. Nah, I have to fold now. And I think, yeah, it was definitely that he didn't have a big hand. It's almost certain that he didn't have it. So I would have called him and probably stuck with any pair I made until the river. He could have had 2 6s or something, but I think he would have called the re-raise. I have aces and everyone folds as always. Yeah. That's nice. I hate having these big hands in the big blind. It's just so amazing how often they fold to you. Let's just raise here. Don't think he will fold. I think he will definitely call at least. That's my 8. I'm gonna check this now. Let's just see what he does. Not so sure what he has right now. Let's see if he really has it. If he calls, I'm definitely gonna bet again on the turn. I think he's gonna fold. No, calling. Now I made 2 pair. I think I'm ahead of his range like 90% of the time. Maybe he has king jack, then I'm crushed. Okay, hold up. Wasn't too psyched about that queen rolling off on the turn, on the river, and he had ace king. Wow. I got lucky there on the turn, but I don't see him calling pre-flop. I would have liked to raise there. Let's just call this for being on a roll right now. Maybe I can win them all. I mean, he didn't play the hand badly or anything, but I would like to see a re-raise pre-flop with the ace king. I mean, how often are you gonna be behind against aces or kings there? against a small blind re-raise, and I would have probably folded. And on the flop, if I re-raise him to 12, I think he has to put it in with ace king. Especially with the flush draw and everything. I mean, I told you in one episode before that you shouldn't defend your hands, but I think the ace king has enough of value to put it in there. You're getting called by king, queen, king 10, any hard draw. Pretty much, I would not have folded there with all the money in the pot already. So I think when I raise it to 12, he pretty much has to re-raise. He can't just call. And of course, I'm getting very lucky here, but I don't know. Yeah, I would have bet again on the turn, as I told you. So maybe his call wasn't too bad, because I would have hanged myself with another bet. But I wouldn't have gone all in, of course, if the 5 or 8 wouldn't have come on the turn. I would have just bet like I had, like 15 to 18, and then folded if he shoved. But yeah, he took a dangerous line, and it didn't pay off for him this time. It could have paid off if I didn't hit my 5, of course. So it's not a very bad play of him right there. But it's dangerous, and that's where you're gonna lose some money from time to time. Especially because you don't know where you're at. When the guy re-raises you on the flop. I could have had aces or like a set or something easily with me re-raising him pre-flop and then check raising him on the flop. Probably this is why he didn't shove on the flop, I don't know. Folded the jack 4 here. Queen jack. I could have won some money in this spot, but jack 4 is just garbage hand. I would like to raise it on the button with 5-3, but against these two, let's just try one more time. Now I can call re-raises because we are full stacked, 100 big blinds. Yeah, and they're folding. It's way better to play against full stacked players. I hate it to play against short stacks. It just takes so much out of the game. It's just like all in every time. And then it's just random, whoever wins. Can't really be aggressive and bluff them out a lot. And you can't get any value for your big hands because it's just 40 big blinds. Gonna raise the ace-7 here. And not if someone under the gun raises. This spot I would have called with ace-7 suited, I think. Hoping that someone behind me calls as well. Making it a multi-way pot. Trying to win something big. Let's check this. Makes no sense to raise now. Can bet an open-ended straight draw. I think he has a club. Why would he call on the turn if he hadn't? Thank you very much. Oh, there's this Abramovich guy, but now he has position on me. What was your note again? Folding easily on the flop, yeah. That's about right. That's a big flop. Probably not gonna re-raise him because he calls us one pair. Let's just call it down. Hope for the heart, of course. or maybe a 5. Gonna check this now. He probably has Jack 10 or something, but I don't think I can take him off. King 3. Wow, 3 would have been unlucky. Ace Queen under the gun. I really don't want to see re-raise because I'm raising under the gun and I don't know. Who's re-raising with Ace Jack over us? Don't think that happens very often. But a call would be okay. But in these spots under the gun, I'm more into playing suited connectors or something like that. Because then if you call a re-raise, you almost never dominate it or anything. You just need to hit a nice draw or like a pair with a draw or something like that. And you're even money against an overpair or like big ace king or something. And you're even ahead. And with ace queen, I don't know. It's almost guessing, and when you hit your ace, you don't know if you're good or not. And with a queen, it's the same thing. Most likely you will lose a big pot with ace queen against a re-raise pre-flop. But yeah, there your reading ability comes into play. You have to fold the hands where you are behind with ace queen, and you have to maximize your winnings when you are ahead with ace queen. And there's not really a tip I can give you on that. You just have to watch your opponents play, look at their actions all the time, and then you might figure out what they're on in the exact spot where you have ace queen. That's really a large part of poker, having reads on the players. And if you don't have a read, then make it a percentage. Like I'm giving him a king like 50% or more of the time, betting there on the river. And if you don't get the right odds with your hand to call that, then just fold. And folding is always better than paying one guy off if you have bad odds on the call. I mean, Durr always says folding, you can win if you fold, but I mean, that's true, but you can lose a lot of money if you're folding as well. And especially on the river, when the bets get bigger, he tends to fold very often too. It's like 50-50. He tends to not call his opponents. And I think he doesn't like to call off a bet on the river where he has like a mediocre hand or something. And also his great reading ability comes into play there. Because he often knows whether he's speed or not. Of course not all the time, but he's often right. Gonna call this raise. That's a nice flop. Just bet right into him. It's probably gonna fold, yeah. But there, I mean, what card do I want to come on the turn that he can call? Like if he has king jack king, but then I won't really get a lot of money as well. The best way would have been if he had re-raised me with a bluff. Like he thought I was just bluffing the flop, and then he could have re-raised me with almost any hand, and that's why I bet the flop there. Don't really think it makes sense to check it, to let him catch something on the turn. I have a double gutter here, and I'm gonna call once. And that's not what I want to see. Yeah, it's just folded. As it has flush draw, and it's just the bottom end of a straight. A deuce on the turn would have been nice, but anything else, it's not really great. But I put him on 10s or better this time. Didn't really think he had 8s or something. Please call, then I can call, otherwise... That's just... Yeah, I knew it. That was a bad call. I just called because I have position, yeah. He's getting hit with the deck right now. Probably has an overpair again. Jack 9 again. That was too obvious that he had 2 big hands in a row, I think. He bet so quickly into 2 players. I mean, it could always been a bluff as well, but yeah, I don't know. Looked more like a big hand this time. Does he have anything again? With double gutter with knight or queen. I think he has maybe queen jack at best. Maybe a weak king as well. If he has 8-9, I'm gonna cry. There's a deuce, and I have to bet this again for 1150. Yeah, he had a king. Okay, that wasn't great. A queen would have been nice, but yeah, can't always hope for the miracle. I just thought he had a 10 and that he would have folded on the river. But yeah, that was probably not so good on my part. Should have just checked the turn and then folded the river if nothing came. As I did. So we are back to even right now, I think, because I rebought once or twice for a little amount. But I mean, we lost with 10s, got no action with aces again. Got no action on our trips against this guy. We made 2 pair ones against him and doubled up, but anything else, I don't think we had really good hands or anything. And our bluffs don't come through as well. So it's fine being even. Gonna call the 75 cents. Not catching a pair or any draw or anything. And that's a bad flop with the Jack 10. I don't like to rebluff there. Like the King 10 before. It's a bad spot to bluff with Jack 9, I think. Even if the queen rolls off, the guy could easily have ace-jack of diamonds or something like that. I think I want to re-raise this because I'm too passive right now. I don't like this. If I get a big hand and re-raise, everyone's gonna fold, and now he's gonna re-raise. Nah, that's pretty stupid. I have to fold this. I mean, this guy would have probably folded. I was right that he didn't have a big hand, but yeah, how can I know that he wakes up with a monster in the big blind? It's not working great for us right now. At least we take down the blinds. Yeah, raising the king 7, almost in position, and he's re-raising again. Let's fold with him again. Fold the queen 6. Can't really do much right now, getting a lot of free raises and not really getting good hands at all. I mean, you always need to try and bluff or re-raise with the garbage hand in these situations, because otherwise you're not gonna play like 30 hands in a row and then you pick up like jacks, raise, and everyone's gonna fold to you. That's not what you want. But you have to be able to bluff if you want to raise with garbage hands or re-raise, and you really need to be focused and not like I did before, bluffing him with the king high flop there. You have to pick your spots wisely, otherwise you're just burning money. And who wants that? Is he re-raising again? Come on. Okay, taking it down. King 4, not a really great hand, but on the button, if no one raises. Then I will have to do it. At least just a call. And we hit our king, which is quite okay on this flop, I think. And he folds immediately. You don't really get action when you hit something as well. The only time we got action was with a 2-pair against the ace-king. Ace-10, obvious raise. We got position now, and everyone folds. That was a quick raise. We won the biggest pot and nothing much after that. Look at it, it's like the top 10, we just won the biggest, and then the $11 pot was the next one, where we bluffed with the 9-10 of hearts. Not a lot going on after that. I mean, the only hand we won at showdown was the 8-5. These kind of boards, really likely someone has 10-jack with it being 3-handed. So I wouldn't go crazy with 2-pair on this flop. I think 10-jack is the most played hand. Except ace-king or ace-queen. Everyone's playing 10-jack. And it's not too bad to play it, because you're often not dominated if you hold it. And if you're never going crazy over a pair of 10s or pair of jacks that you flopped. It's just bad this. Don't think anyone has a big spade in this hand. He's going to call. I think I can take this away from him. Unless he has 9-5 or a set or something. Maybe he has a queen of spades. Yeah, he's folding. Would have made no sense if he called there, I think. Unless we played the ace of spades like, I don't know, crazy. That's a nice flop. He's betting 150 into 143. Probably has 2-pair or a big king or something. And that's not the card I wanted to see. I think he has nothing. I think he was on Queen Jack. I'm gonna call this. If he decides to bet, of course. He doesn't. He just checks us. What does he have? Ace Jack, Ace Queen, or Queen Jack? I'm saying Ace 3. Why does he bet 150 with A3 high? That's weird. And why doesn't he continue to bet something when the 10 rolls off? I would have probably folded the 10 on the turn. Because it really destroys my hand. Can't hit a 3. Can't hit a 3. 4 would give me the bottom full house, and flush was maybe good, but I mean, now I'm playing the Jack 10 on the button. Even so, he could re-raise right now. It's just 175. I hit an open ender. There's a lot of money in the pot. Though it was just one raise and one call. And he's checking, and I'm checking as well. Not going into the trap. He probably has a pair of 9s if he checks, but I'm not super sure. He could try to trap me there with kings, queens, or ace king, or king queen, or something like that. I will have to call here and see what he does on the river, maybe trying to bluff him. I'm not calling for the odds to hit my straight, of course. Let's just see what he does. If he has a pair of 9s, he has to fold if I bet. But I could be wrong, of course. And he's overbetting. Maybe he has a flush though and he hit it. Yeah, I don't really care. Maybe he had nothing. I would have probably tried to re-raise him if he bet like $5 or something. But with 1450 I had to go all in there. And I don't think that pays off. I didn't put him on much. Maybe he hit his flush on the river. Like he had ace jack of... No, ace jack of hearts wasn't possible. Something of hearts that is a straight draw as well. Or, I don't know. But the table is getting tighter again. I think this Abramovich guy just raises with pretty decent hands. Or re-raises with pretty decent hands as well. It's not a good flop. Hit bottom pair with an ace on the flop. At 250. Just see what happens. Nope, not gonna call this. I don't really know what he had, to be honest. Just didn't want to pay off $6 to an ace 10 or some pocket pair. Could have had king jack, king queen, queen jack. But yeah, you never know. He's calling again. There's another call. He's obliged to call now too, or maybe raise. And yeah, I will try to take that away. If somebody hit the jack, then so be it. But he has to think about my range as well. Someone, yeah, okay. Let's just look like we have an overpair that we're going to fold now. I don't like to bluff and instantly fold because it tells a lot about your hand. Could try to re-raise this right now to maybe 24 or something, telling him that I have queens or better. But he could have a set or maybe 9-10 of diamonds or something. And then he will never fold. So, not gonna do that with a 5 high. So, yeah, we're not really successful right now. Can't really hit something. Let's try this again. Last time he folded when I hit three of kind, and this time as well. Gonna fold this. unplayable in this spot. Just see. I think we are down $1 or something. Not sure. Maybe $11. I don't know really. Well, it's not a lot. Just screwed that the only hand I really had something was the 8-5. Any other hand I had garbage. I had 2 big draws with the pair and a flush draw, didn't make any of them. And yeah, other than that, I had aces and everyone folded, I had tens and lost. I had ace queen twice, no action. And I bluffed a lot of money away. Though that's not being aggressive at the right time. Let me tell you that. It's a good example of how not to do it. Probably shouldn't have bluffed that loose table at all. This guy is bluffable, as you have seen in an earlier episode. But all the other guys, I don't know. I just want to call this. And yeah, can't hit anything at all, ever. Let's give it away. Maybe we could have bluffed there. But with no outs, I don't like it. And he's doing the job for us. Ah, knew it that he didn't have anything. Boring. This is really going on my nerves right now. I mean, it's not that I'm tilting or something, but it's really boring and I can't get anything going. My bluffs don't come through, and I'm getting re-raised all the time, and I never pick up a hand. And now I pretty much have to call this. Even though Jackson, yeah, no, I have to. It's 1650 in the pot. Yeah, not hitting anything. Like, give me an 8 or 9 of clubs here, and I'm gonna put it all in. This is just retarded. Let's just see what he does. Maybe I'm trying to raise him. But if he bets and they fold, then I can make an easier decision than betting right now. And he bets 9. Wow. Nope. Doesn't really look like nothing. And I mean, it's such a try flop, I couldn't even pretend to have something big there, except the set, and yeah, who's gonna believe that? He probably has a 10, I think, and he's folding immediately, so he was on ace king or ace queen. If he folded, I would have thought about raising him on the flop, but other than that, if he calls, it's just stupid. Would have been a nice spot for him to bluff there with the third 10 or the second 10 rolling off on the turn. If he had like 9s or something. you would expect him to go all in with a 10 there if he bets again with his overpair. So yeah, it would have been a nice bluff, but I think he really had the 10. Now he's betting pot. Nice. I have the worst hand you could really have here. Can't beat anything at all. I just want to see what he has. Side of deuces. Oh, thank God there was no 3 on the turn river. It's just retarded how they hit against me. I can never make any hand. I hate these sessions. I mean, if I don't win anything, okay, but let me play big pots and lose some and win some. At least it's exciting. This is just total boringness. Can't do anything because they are hitting the deck all the time. If I try to bluff, they call me down. This is a bad call. Even though I'm in position ace-8, it's just a stupid call. Especially if you run bad in a session, it's stupid. I didn't even win with one ace. I hit my ace all the time and it was never good. Like I had ace-queen twice where I caught the blinds, and all the other hands I hit my ace, I was beat. So playing the ace-8 now is pretty stupid. Especially because I can't bluff this table. Or at least not for a big pot. Now he's disconnecting. I will have to continue with this hand. He's checking, it's just bad, and try to take it away. I think I have the best hand a fair amount of times because he's raising with Jack 10 or better, or Jack 9 or better, or something like that. And I think he has to fold ace queen or ace jack there as well. Because he's out of position and it doesn't really pay off for him to follow with the ace high all the time. It's good that he re-raised now. Normally I would have re-raised, but I don't know about him. Limping there under the gun. Didn't do that once before that. Let's just see what happens. I have to call this. I hit my jack. Because I don't know where I'm at right now. So checking it to the razor. He's checking too. Now there's a 10, which is dangerous because everyone checked, but I have to bet this now. With the flush draw and the straight draw and everything out there. And I'm making a full house. Betting half the pot. And he's mucking, which is fine. Probably had a pair of 9s or 8s. 6-5, had a 6. That was a quick call for a 6 there. What did he think I'm betting with? He's raising. Got the ace 10 suited now. I'm not gonna fold to a single re-raise. And I'm gonna put it in with a flush draw or something, and now I have to call. Yeah, definitely gonna put it in now. Because I think he's trying to steal again. Not because of me having the best hand there. Just call. And if he raises, I'm gonna put him all in. Yeah, he's doing it. Come on, call. What is he doing? Gonna put the money in now. Yeah. Wow. I'm ahead. No. Oh, come on. This is just retarded. hitting a flush on the turn, and he makes the set. And then he makes a full house on the river. Come on, what's going on? It's just insane. Calling me with the pair of eights there. I'm ahead with ace-10 suited, 2 overcards and a flush draw. Then he makes a running full house. This is just insane. Yeah, what can you do? I mean, not running good today. Not at all running any good. Let's call this. There's the king. And a jack, and now I'm pretty much dead. 9-10. Okay, I was dead before that. Can't catch a break here. How much have I lost right now? Down 40 bucks, about 40 bucks. I hit a 7. He's bluffing a lot today, so I'm not gonna fold. I have an inside straight draw. Not gonna fold. There's the king. Now I'm dead. 8-9. Oh, come on, he's raising with the 8-9 and hitting an 8 on the turn to make a better hand than mine. What the frick is going on? I can't hit a 9 or anything on the river to make a better hand. This is probably the worst session ever. Probably playing a higher limit right next to it, because this is just retarded. Getting crushed at 25.50. I mean, I'm not playing superbly or anything, but I think I played decent this session. I bluffed in the wrong spots once or twice, but anything else, I think I played pretty good. And they just crush all my hands. And even if I hit the nuts, they make a better hand on the turn or on the river. He's betting. I'm almost certain he's gonna bet this. That's why I checked. And yeah, and there's a third spade, and I can't catch a break in this game. Instant fold when I hit a set. Any other hand they're playing and going all in, instant fold when I hit a set. Not one single bluff or anything. Okay, this is great. Just try to bluff this once. And it works. But come on, how unlucky have I been here? The only hand I was lucky was the 8-5 where I hit my 2 pair on the turn. And other than that, I did not win one single showdown that was worth more than $5 or something. And I never make a hand when they raise me. And then I have enough flush to put it in against a pair of 8s, which is insane. Okay, he was short stacked also, but still, I think it's insane. I'm going all in against 2 players, and I mean, I have a pair of 8s beat like 99% of the times, as I had. I mean, ace-10 suited is better than a pair of 8s there. I can make backdoor straights, can make a 10, an ace, or my flush. I have like 6 outs. I think I'm 55-45 against this hand. And then there's the 8 of diamonds and the deuce pairs, and he makes a full house. It's just great. Yeah, this will be the last orbit, as the 1 hour is already approached. Come on, raise. Oh, he's folding. I bet he's folding how the session ran this far. Wow, he's raising. It's insane. He's probably gonna have jacks or better. Nope. Wow. Maybe I should keep playing. Folding, folding, folding. Let's just try it. I don't think he has much. Ah, come on, does he know what hands I have? This is just retarded. Raising minimum again, and now he's all in. Okay, I was wrong. I was totally wrong about this raise. And yeah, he's trying to bluff all the time. It's like he knows what hands I have. It's like he knows exactly when to bluff me. He doesn't know what he had, but he doesn't know what I have. I hit a straight flush draw. We'll have to re-raise anything he bets. And I'm not gonna fold probably. Okay. Come on, re-raise me please. Nope. Of course not. Because he knows what I have. That's just sick. I bet I'm just winning 75 cents in this hand. I bet I will. So sure. Yeah. This is retarded. I'm getting re-raised almost every hand. I'm gonna stop playing on this table. That's a nice session. Let's see how much we lost. I'm on 354 and I think I was on 433, so we lost 75 bucks. What can you do? If you run like that, you can't do anything. So, still thanks for watching. I still think being aggressive is a winning style, and this is just unlucky. So, see you on the next episode. Bye.